Hello everybody, welcome to Starting 11. On this channel, we talk about starting 11s only. For example, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the starting 11 with the most trophies won. Disclaimer, every formation must be 4-3-3, whether that includes a defensive midfielder or attacking midfielder or even 3 centre mids. At the beginning of each video, I'll display an image which shows which 4-3-3 formation we'll be looking at. Now, as you can see in the image shown, today's 4-3-3 includes a defensive midfielder. Here's some rules to go through. No position changes. For example, what I mean by this is, let's say Sergio Ramos has 40 trophies, but the 2 players in his centre-back position, or even right-back because he played there, have more. Let's say the left-back has only 10 trophies, we cannot put Ramos at left-back because he never played there in his career. So Ramos doesn't get into the video. It can only be position by position. Now, as you may be aware, this is the first video on this YouTube channel. So please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below to ask me if you have any inquiries about how the video works or there's something you don't understand. Now, getting back onto the video. There's no doubt that for a professional footballer, the best feeling is winning a trophy. There are some footballers who didn't get to experience that feeling or didn't win much. But as we're going through in this video, we're going to go through the players who managed to experience that a lot. The first position we're going to be starting with is goalkeeper. And you may have guessed it, Manuel Neuer. A man who's known for changing the role of a goalkeeper. Manuel Neuer won 31 trophies, which includes 11 Bundesligas, 6 DFB Pokals, 7 DFL Super Cups, 1 World Cup, 2 FIFA Club World Cups, 2 UEFA Super Cups, and more. We can't go through every single trophy in this video, otherwise the video wouldn't stop because every player has so much trophies. But we'll note down the main ones and there will be some that won't get included. Manuel Neuer, known for his time at Bayern, started his career at Schalke and some would say is the greatest goalkeeper of all time. Known for changing the role of goalkeepers to be good with their feet, to be sweepers, as the term sweeper keeper comes after Manuel Neuer. Neuer had an exceptional career and a long one too, and is still playing for Bayern to this day and is their main keeper. Now, with the goalkeeper position out of the way, the next position we'll be taking a look at is the right back position. Any guesses who you may think is going to be in the right back role? Yep, you guessed it, Dani Alves. Now, I wouldn't have blamed you if you said Dani Carvajal, as he's won a lot of Real Madrid and he's been there for the majority of his career. However, Dani Alves is the second most decorated player on this list and of all time. He won a whopping 42 trophies, including 3 UEFA Champions Leagues, 2 Copa Americas, 1 Serie A, 6 La Liga trophies, 2 Europa Leagues, 2 French League titles. Dani Alves started his career off in Brazil and Bahia, made the move to Sevilla where he played alongside Sergio Ramos, for those of you that don't know, moved to Barcelona, eventually left the club for Juventus, left Juventus for Paris Saint-Germain, and left Paris Saint-Germain for Brazil, and later in his career made a return to Barcelona under manager, former teammate of his, Xavi. Dani Alves was exceptional going forward and defensively, and he is regarded by many as the greatest right back of all time. Overall, Dani Alves won 42 trophies and had an exceptional career. Now, with the right back spot out of the way, the next position we're going to be taking a look at is the first centre back role. The first centre back in our starting 11 is Gerard Piqué, who won 37 trophies at his time during Barcelona, Manchester United and the Spain national team. Piqué won 4 UEFA Champions Leagues, 9 La Liga titles, 7 Copa del Reys, 3 Club World Cups, 1 World Cup, 1 Euros, 1 Premier League and etc. Piqué is seen as a Barcelona legend, a world-class defender in his time. However, not many people have him down in their top 10 centre-backs of all times, despite the fact that he is the most decorated centre-back of all time when it comes to trophies. Piqué for me was very underrated and had an exceptional career at Barcelona. With the first centre-back, Gerard Piqué, out of the way, we'll be looking at who partners him in his defence. It is no other than David Alaba, former Bayern Munich defender, current Real Madrid defender. A man ridiculed with injuries in his last 2 seasons, despite that, has won 37 career trophies, which includes 10 Bundesligas, 6 DFB Pokals, 4 UEFA Champions Leagues, 4 Club World Cups, 2 La Ligas, 1 Copa del Rey, and etc. David Alaba originally started off as a left back for Bayern Munich, but however, later on in his career, he transgressed towards being a centre back and became a mature, ball playing defender. He now sits on the bench for Real Madrid due to the injuries in the last 2 seasons and is coming towards the end of his career. Hasn't won anything with an Austrian national team, but has won it all at club level. Regardless, David Alaba will definitely be remembered as a legend of the game. Now, to complete our defence in the left back position, it's former Barcelona, Inter Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, and Brazil international Maxwell to complete the list of defenders. Maxwell won 36 trophies throughout his career, including 3 Serie A trophies, 2 La Ligas, 4 League One titles, 1 Champions League, 2 UEFA Super Cups, 4 Spanish Cups, 4 French League Cups, and etc. Apologies if I've pronounced any of those trophies or cups incorrect, and please do correct me. However, despite Maxwell being the most decorated left back of all time with 36 trophies, his name seems to have been forgotten in football. I myself had forgotten about him until doing the starting 11, and he was a throwback for me when I saw the name. Maxwell was a good player going forward and defensively. However, isn't considered as one of the best left backs of all time. However, for me, Maxwell was very underrated and was a good player, but I wouldn't say was the best left back of all time, despite being the most decorated. Now, with the defence finished, moving on to the midfield. We'll be taking a look at the DM role, the defensive midfielder, and it's no other than Sergio Busquets, former Barcelona and Spanish international. Busquets, known for his composure on the ball and breaking up play, was a phenomenal player and is regarded by many as the greatest number 6 of all time. Busquets won 36 trophies throughout his career, including 9 La Liga titles, 7 Copa del Reys, 3 Champions Leagues, 3 Club World Cups, 1 World Cup with Spain, and 1 Euros with Spain. He had a great career for club and country. Moving on with the defensive midfielder out of the way, we're going to take a look at our first of 2 advanced midfielders, also known as the number 8 role. It's former Busquets teammate, Andres Iniesta, a man known for his dribbling and silkiness, a man known for mastering the skill move La Croqueta. Iniesta is the 4th most decorated player of all time and on this list. He won 40 trophies, which includes 9 La Liga titles, 6 Copa del Reys, 4 UEFA Champions Leagues, 3 Super Cups, 3 Club World Cups, 2 Euros, and 1 World Cup. Iniesta is regarded by many as the greatest, if not top 3 midfielders of all time. And there's no doubt Iniesta was an exceptional player and won't be forgotten in history anytime soon. The next number 8 we're going to be taking a look at in this list is not a former Barcelona and Spanish international. I wouldn't have blamed you if you said Xavi Hernandez. However, it is no other than former Real Madrid and German international Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos is the most recent player on this list to have retired. Toni Kroos, former Bayern, Bayer Leverkusen and Real Madrid midfielder, won 34 trophies, including 3 Bundesligas, 3 German Cups, 4 La Ligas, 6 UEFA Champions Leagues, 6 Club World Cups, and 1 World Cup with Germany at 2014 World Cup. Kroos, an all-rounded midfielder, good with both feet, had a great eye on him for a pass and was good at shooting from long range. There's no doubt Kroos is regarded by many as one of the greatest midfielders of all time and was part of that famous midfield trio of Casemiro and Modric that won 3 back-to-back UCLs. However, despite Toni Kroos making the 11, it should have been Hossam Ashour, but there seems to be no highlights of him on YouTube, so unfortunately Toni Kroos has to take his role. Hossam Ashour, former Egypt midfielder, won 39 trophies throughout his career. That is the midfield now complete. We're going to be moving on to the attackers. The first attacking position we're going to be taking a look at is left wing. Any guesses who you think is going to occupy this role? If you said Cristiano Ronaldo, you are indeed wrong. It's his former teammate, Ryan Giggs. Now, you may be surprised, but Ronaldo just misses out as Giggs edges it with 35 trophies won, which includes 13 Premier Leagues, 4 FA Cups, 9 Community Shields, 2 Champions Leagues, 1 Club World Cup, 4 EFL Cups. Former Welsh international, played on the left-hand side for Manchester United. Some may say that he was more of a left mid, but since back then, the most common formation was 4-4-2, Giggs was more of a winger than a midfielder. But because back then there was no 4-3-3, he was classified as a left mid, so therefore that's why he gets into left wing. Giggs holds the most Premier League title in history out of any player, and was phenomenal for Manchester United. Although his numbers seem underwhelming, he was very vital to Manchester United, and evidently he won them 13 Premier League titles, or won with them 13 Premier League titles. He also took over and became the manager in 2014 when David Moyes got sacked. Overall, Ryan Giggs is definitely a Manchester United legend and a Premier League legend. Now, onto the striker position. I wouldn't blame you if the first names to pop into your head for striker with the most trophies won is Ronaldo, Suarez, Benzema, Lewandowski, or Ronaldo Nazario. However, it's none of them. This may come as a surprise to most of you. It's current Egypt national team manager, Hussam Hassan. He won 41 trophies during his time as a player, including 14 Egyptian titles, 5 Egyptian Cups, 3 AFCONs, 2 Asian UEFA Champions Leagues, and etc. Hussam Hassan was definitely a successful player, with the national team and at club level. Now this personally for me came as a surprise. Let me know for you guys if you're surprised by this player. Now, onto the final position in this team, right wing. Do I need to say more? It's no other than Lionel Messi, the most decorated player of all time and the most decorated player on this list. The man who won it all, at club level, international, personal accolades as well. But for the purpose of this video, personal trophies don't count. The man who completed football. Messi won 46 trophies, including 10 La Ligas, 7 Copa del Reys, 2 League Ones, 2 Copa Americas, 4 UEFA Champions Leagues, 8 Spanish Super Cups, 1 World Cup, and etc. The man held by many as the greatest of all time. The man who completed football, Lionel Messi. Now, that is the starting 11 completed. The total sum of trophies in this team adds up to 415. Wow, that is a lot of trophies. Now, for every starting 11 I give, I will be giving a prediction where I think this team, in its prime, would place in the most luxurious, prestigious tournament, which is obviously the Champions League, based on current teams. I personally believe they will win the whole thing, as they compete in each position. The only teams I can see coming close to them is Real Madrid, PSG, and potentially Barcelona. However, I personally believe this team has too much individual quality and a lot of them complement / play with each other in their peak. So there will be team chemistry. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below to whether you agree with me saying this team would win the Champions League based off current teams, and if there's any players you're surprised if who got in or didn't get in. That's it for today. Have a great day.